Hey guys, Chris from Average Eskate Reviews here, and I guess this is the first ever Eskate podcast that we're going to be dropping, where we're going to be discussing a lot of the things that me and Ricky just talk about generally. So welcome. The topic of today's episode is going to be the news that we found out. I found out about midnight. I can't say who sent me the information, but it's somebody that we're both very aware of. Sent me a text message just letting me know that Boosted's in serious crisis right now. So we wanted to shed some light on what our thoughts are. What are your thoughts on what's going on so far, Rick?
Well, yeah, definitely. When it comes to boosted boards, they was like the pioneering company of e-skateboards.
For sure.
So, them going down the pan is probably going to be a big shock to a lot of people. But at the same time, I personally could see it coming because you know what I've been like with boosted boards. Ever since you got a boosted board, issues after issue, that baby up there. But I think, personally, like there's a lot of boards out there now from a lot of other manufacturers that are competing and outperforming boosted boards, and them charging as much as they do for that product. I think personally is what's inevitably led to this happening. But
it's a bit of a weird one. I definitely could say that Boosted for sure were the pioneers of, I think, making electric skateboards cool and desirable for sure, and then creating a product that definitely excelled past what was around. Because I guess anyone that saw somebody on an electric skateboard, it was like something that was you'd think was for like a kid, something a kid would enjoy messing around on. And then all of a sudden they brought out these last mile vehicles that were good for commuters to get, like if you've got a 2-mile walk to the train station and you've got to get your train into London or whatever, they made that journey interesting, cool and viable because it is so much quicker than walking and it's fun. But £1,500 for a skateboard essentially.
It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. And I always thought of Boosted as being like the Apple of electric skateboards, if you know what I mean. If I dare say that, there's probably going to be some people down in the comments hating on me for that. But that's essentially what they were to start off with. And I think just down to like the way the company's been run, and they've just not been able to keep up that momentum. And that's, definitely that's probably what's going to be happening to their boards. And that's part of the reason why that their boards are now essentially the company's going bust. So
I think for me what's really done it is just venturing out and discovering other boards, because we started off with, there's actually one behind you, Slick Revolution Skateboards, which are a UK based company if people are unaware of them, and their boards were really, really good. And moving from one of their boards to a booster board, you could definitely see the difference in the general way that the board is constructed, the way it performs. I'm not saying one is better than the other. There's a lot of factors that come into that equation, but I think the main issue is that Boosted played off of their name for a long time. A lot of big YouTubers used their boards, so they had a really, really nice image of what their products were like. It was the quality product. But
their marketing was on form to start off with.
But it's like things have shifted now, where their boards are essentially very limited in terms of what you can do with it. What it's able, what the physical capabilities of the board are, the options that you have to be able to tailor the board for your riding style.
I mean, definitely they're made very, very well, aren't they? The boosted boards are made like really solid, but like you were saying, the customizability on it, not being able to sort of put different all-terrain wheels on it and stuff like that, and just like the range as well. A lot of boards are coming out now, they've got massive ranges, and you're so limited to the amount of range that you can get on that board that, I get it that it's sort of like a last mile vehicle. You can commute like short journeys to work and back on it. But when you can buy boards that are cheaper and
half the price
with way more range and still being able to perform or outperform in some cases the boosted board, then you've got to start thinking they're either going to have to release a more budget-friendly board or up their game a bit.
Where we're at now, what do you think that means for, like myself? I mean, I have a boosted board, and I've got to mention that something that we were at breakfast this morning, we were discussing what happened with the news of boosted board announcing that they're laying off a large portion of their staff, which is not good. But what wasn't mentioned in the, I guess you could say the news post or blog post that Boosted released from the founder and CEO, it said nothing about current customers or future customers. So like if you have a booster board right now and you're experiencing problems with it, what does that mean for you? So to find out, we called the store in the Netherlands. It's a store in Den Haag in the Netherlands, or what other name do people give it? Netherlands.
Fat Daddies, weren't it?
No, not Fat Daddy. I'm thinking of the actual country, the Netherlands. Holland. People refer to the Netherlands as Holland, or it's the Netherlands. There's a store in Den Haag. I think it's called Skate or something like that, or Sick Boards. And then obviously there's Fat Daddy as well.
Yeah.
Fat Daddy weren't an authorized Boosted repair center, as in if you have a problem with your board, Boosted say there'll be a label coming that you'll send it to this address, Fat Daddy in the Netherlands. It always went, as far as I'm aware, to the store in Den Haag. I called them up and they said, we're not repairing booster boards anymore. We haven't done it for a while. They said the only people in Europe that do repair booster boards and are, I guess you could say, kind of authorized, is Fat Daddy. But Fat Daddy don't have any spare parts. So, I mean, what the hell does that mean for you? If you've got a booster board Stealth, a booster board Plus, Mini X...
Get rid of it now, quick. Sell it.
So it's tragic. It really is tragic. But aside from that, do we both establish if you've got a booster board, seriously, either put it on the wall and retire it or get rid of it?
Yeah, I mean, either keep using it if you're happy with the boosted board and that's catering for everything that you want in a board, then yeah, by all means keep using it. But if something does go wrong with it, then I mean, what are you going to do? If they do go under, there's going to be nowhere to send your board off to get it replaced or repaired. So essentially, you've got a dummy board.
Unless somebody comes to the rescue and buys booster out.
Yep, that or you.
Well, what do you think? What do you think the likelihood of that happening is?
I don't know.
Let's put it on a scale of 1 being unlikely, 10 being very likely. Where do you think it's at?
Probably about 7, I'd say.
I'd be more like a 3.
Yeah.
I honestly feel, especially now, the price and the performance that you get for a booster board, quality aside, because that's another video that we're going to touch on, specs versus reality or cheap versus expensive. We're going to do a video on that. Because there's so many misconceptions when you read the specs of a board on the internet, on a web page, on on Meepo's website, for example, and how that actually translates. So the board will do 25 miles an hour, great, but how does it do 25 miles an hour?
It takes you about a minute to get up to 25 miles an hour.
So this is what we're going to be touching on in that video where we do cheap versus expensive or specs versus reality. But that aside, I think the argument here is that there is too much competition for Booster to still have the value and appeal that they had a couple of years ago. I don't see how Booster can charge over $1,400 or pounds or wherever you're based for their boards when you compare them to what is available now. It doesn't make sense.
There's some good boards out there for, decent prices as well, and 100%.
And they dabbled with the scooters. I think the Boost at Rev, in my opinion, I think that was a complete flop.
100%. That was definitely a big flop, just based on that the scooter market was already saturated with scooters anyway.
That don't cost
that much money. And then you go drop a scooter, and what was it, 1,600, 1,700 quid?
It's basically 2,000. It was
nearly $2,000 for a scooter. I mean, nobody's going to buy that. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't think it was the right move. In my opinion, I think they should have released a board that was cheaper, that would compete with all of these random other companies that are popping up all over the place.
That's it. Or at least bring a new board out with better range.
80 wheels, maybe.
Yeah, with some, more perks, Because, like you said, there's a lot of companies out there making some really good boards at the moment. So, just Boosted trying to compete with their boards with, what was that?
1,000. What, the price or?
No, the fastest mode on that. What was it, like stealth? Is it called stealth?
Oh, it's just mode 5.
Isn't there like a special name for it or something?
I don't think so. I mean, that's the boosted stealth, so it's the quickest one that they did. Like the Plus didn't have the 5th mode,
right?
But this one does.
Yeah, with that mode though, what do you realistically, like 6 miles?
It was not 5. I think 5.7, 5.6.
Yeah, so
realistically, the way we ride.
Yeah. So I mean, 6 miles is not a lot. Not especially now after we've been riding the Evolve boards, which, like, you guys, if you've watched any of the videos, you're probably going to notice by now we've been using Evolve boards because they are
a lot.
Yeah, they are good. But especially with those boards, I mean, we're getting like triple the amount of range than the boosted would,
and going quicker.
You're essentially, like, with them boards, never having to worry about range or anything like that. But I don't want to make this into an Evolve video. That's for another video. I don't need to start going too deep into that.
I just kind of feel bad for the dedicated boosted riders, because it feels like a massive letdown for them, because us being I guess converts, moving from different brands, to both of us now kind of sinking our teeth into Evolve again.
And you was 100% boosted fanboy.
Yeah, this is what's heartbreaking for me, guys. It's not like I'm sitting here saying I've ditched boosted boards because Evolve is so much better, or because we have like some weird secret deal with Evolve, because that's not the case. It's a simple case of my boosted board went wrong more than 6 times in less than 2 months of owning it.
And you even made a video about that repair process, because that's how much it annoyed you.
And I got, like, the dumbest thing is, what did I do? I bought another booster board. At one point I had 2 of these things. If that doesn't show dedication, I don't really know what does. And after going through that entire process, the issues that I had with the repair process, even like the booster board I've got now, like, I feel sketchy riding it, because all I'm waiting for is the remote to start bleeping. And now I know if that happens, I'm up shit's creek, which isn't great. But for me, what I'm thinking about is the other people out there that are diehard boosted fans. Yeah. Like, what the hell are those people going to do? Come to Evolve.
Shameless plug. Come to Evolve.
No, I'm being serious. I mean,
Come
if you
over
guys
to the dark side.
Yeah, if you guys love riding, like, I'm obviously kidding, because there's a lot of brands out there that are far cheaper than Evolve that make great boards, and we're going to be doing videos on them as well. But it sucks, because if you've had their boards, if you've had them since the V1 all the way up to the Stealth, it's just a really crap time to have one of their boards, because if anything, I feel like you've been let down by Booster. So it'd be interesting to see what you guys think. Let us know in the comment section down below what you're going to do with whatever version of the Booster board that you have. If you're worried, if you think it's going to be fine, if you think someone's going to buy the company out. Let's keep this discussion going to see what essentially we think as a community is going to happen.
But yeah, just a quick one. What do you think of the 105s by Boosted? The wheels?
See, I've had a couple of requests to make a video about them. And I'm not going to lie, I hadn't ridden the Booster board for a long time. We put the waterborne surf adapter onto the Booster board and had a freaking amazing time riding it. And it made me realise how nice a deck the Booster boards actually have.
Oh, yeah, that is actually something I would like to touch on, because every time I step on that board, I go, oh, yeah, how nice is that deck?
It is a really nice deck.
It's so springy, it's just so comfortable. Like, I can imagine riding it, just going over any bumps or anything like that. It's just going to be so smooth.
Yeah, I'm still tempted to see if I can pick up the 105 wheels, but they're close to £200. So for me to pick up the wheels for essentially what could possibly be a dead board manufacturer,
yeah,
I don't want to invest the money in the wheels just for the argument's sake of getting
if there's anybody out there that is rocking those wheels and using them, like, let us know in the comments section down below what you think of the wheels. It'd be great to hear from someone that's actually used them, how well they perform. So, just let us know in the comment section down below.
So essentially, I think what we've established is the company's relieved a bunch of their staff. They have essentially stopped sending the European stores and repair centres parts.
Yep.
The only official authorised repair centre that I knew of in Den Haag in the Netherlands is no longer repairing boards.
That's it.
So it's not looking good.
Not looking good.
I mean, when they announced that all they've done is laid off some staff and they're essentially, waiting for somebody to buy them out and save them, if they'd kept sending parts to other centres around the world to make sure people can repair their boards, I would have been a lot more optimistic.
Yeah, you'd have been a lot more confident that something is going to pick up for them, and they're not exactly going to go under. But like you said, when you're calling around to the repair centres that were fixing boosted boards, and they're now not doing it, that's got to be worrying for people.
For sure. So we'll leave this as an open topic. But more importantly, guys, it'd be great to get some of your feedback on what you think about this video format. If you like us doing these types of videos or podcasts, if you want to see more of them in the future. But we still have a bunch of content coming that's our regular style of videos. We've got the surf adapter on the Booster board, which is just up there. We've also got the surf adapter on the Evolve GTR Bamboo and also Carbon. So plenty of content coming. Make sure you thumbs up, make sure you comment down below and let us know what you'd like us to discuss. Anything else from your side?
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. Let us know in the comment section if you like it, what you'd like us to discuss next, basically. But yeah, take care, guys, and peace.
Take care, guys.